And we live. Hey. Welcome to another episode of Easy Sports. And today I'm joined by Shabar, CJN. How's it, gentlemen?
All good, X. I like how
Yeah.
you called me on here after a
Losers,
string of
losers
defeats.
first. Yeah, losers first. That's why I kept
Which one
quiet.
of us? Which one of us? Which one of us is the loser here?
Hey, man, we all are losers. I'm also a loser, bro. I haven't won jack shit, so I can't even say anything. I'm just riding this wave that we are on. And I'm not even getting carried away. You can even ask CJ. I'm not even I'm just watching, and so far so good on my end because he's exceeding my expectations. I don't know about other United spectators. But anyway, I don't know if you guys want me to talk about my team first or with CJN's team because his sugar daddy is just yeah. Let's start off with CJ's one. Like Todd Bowley is breaking the
So,
bank,
so,
bro.
so,
Like,
so listen
yeah,
to this. This is me right now. I'd rather have an owner like Todd Bowley who is firmly behind the project financially than a stingy owner who makes it seem like they are behind the project. Meanwhile, they're just siphoning money out of the company, out of
yeah,
the football club. I crap you not. Even if this project fails, I won't have anything bad to say about Todd Bowley. The way that he is
yo,
literally backing up his word, and he's just like, yeah, I'm loving that.
yeah. See, and so how do you feel about Enzo? Because I saw Mike
I
just sent us a
feel
post by
yeah,
Is
proposed
that
by
I
happening,
feel
by the way?
it's happened. 120.
Oh,
120. They've
upfront.
activated.
No,
Yeah.
no pay you HS time and all of that rubbish that you guys are doing.
Nah, it's none of that. None of that.
Mm,
I feel the dependency. I think I mentioned it in the group. The
yeah.
dependency on Kante and the aging Jorginho had me very concerned. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving what Zakaria is coming and doing,
Yeah.
but I think we've spoken about this, and he's injury prone.
Very.
But we need to stay away from putting too much pressure on him. And I feel Enzo is that bite that we need in the middle of the park.
Yes. Yo, because for me, that's a great signing. That's a player that we need at Man United. We need a ball carrier more than anything because
And you know what I'm loving?
yeah,
I'm loving the Man United haters. I'm gonna call them that because they're watching, and yeah,
yeah.
they're saying we overpaid. I'm like, we
We the
overpaid.
last we the last to talk, bruh.
It's
Like
like,
that's all I'm gonna say. They being hypocrites. We stay overpaying as that's our culture, overpay FC.
nah, but like, guy, we
Yeah,
overpaid. So why are you concerned? It's our pocket.
yeah.
Well, it's the club's pocket. It's got nothing to do with Man United.
Yeah. The reason why you guys can also splurge the way you are is because, of course, they've eased Monacan. The due to COVID, of course, financial fair play has been eased a bit, and as well, you guys have no debt. Whereas my
Isn't that
team
done
is
now?
broke.
I'm sure.
Beg your
I'm
pardon?
sure that COVID leniency is done now. Wasn't it just 3 seasons?
No,
Uh,
it's not. I think this is the final season.
yeah, this
But
is the
what's
Oh,
final
right.
happening
season.
now? Yeah, what's
Yeah.
happening now is that there's a petition that's gaining momentum where other fans, I'm not mentioning names, are saying
Yeah.
FIFA needs to scrutinize our financial fair play policies, or well, not
So,
policies, but yeah,
so I have a problem with that if it's only you guys. There's a few teams that need to be looked at here. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna mention the two obvious names.
Man
Yeah.
City being one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and PSG.
Yeah.
Someone needs to take a hard look even before it gets to you guys. Someone needs to
Yeah.
look at those two guys first.
Yeah, and that's true. And that's because I mean, when you look at the debt situation, I mean, you guys don't have debt. I mean,
Mm.
whereas when you look at Man United, we broke pretty much. I keep telling my Man United fellow fans that we broke. We broke FC right now, and that's why we're relying on loan deals. And we've got. I'm not sure if you guys show. Okay, I don't think you guys know my fixture list, but we've got like 10. We've got 10 games in February, and That's like 2 games a week with the squad that we have. So we pretty much a Casemiro injury away from being shit again. So I'm just hoping we can ride that
I saw
wave.
that Ericsson is in crutches.
Yeah, he's on crutches, bro. Because Andy Carroll, Shavaz's homie, Shavaz's former player, decided to freaking man. You know what?
Did you guys win that game?
Yeah, comfortably.
Yeah.
Bro.
What, 3-1? Was it 3-1?
It could have been more.
Yeah, it was the Casemiro show.
Yeah. No, Casemiro was just running the show pretty much.
This is typical Andy Carroll. He probably was aiming for Casemiro and hit Eriksen instead.
And it was a late challenge, bro. Like
That was a stupid.
That
was a straight red.
Yeah,
that was a straight red challenge.
I saw the challenge. The challenge.
Yeah, and I'm just, we need players, bro. Like right now, I'm desperate. Like I'd take anyone, I'd even take Mason Mount from you guys right now. See, like, that's how many players.
I think the one player. I think the one player that is certainly going is Conor Gallagher.
Yeah. I'll take him.
So
I'll take him. I'd also take him. I'd also, bro. Like
I'll take any midfielder.
Yeah.
Anyone you got. Maybe not Mason Mount. I won't go that far. But anyone else. Anyone else. Give me some, as long as he can play midfield.
No.
Yeah, but I'm even struggling keeping up with players that we've signed. And I know that Felix is coming back. Now. He's got a point to prove. I think he makes a difference in our attack. There's that new kid that we got, the deal that we hijacked. I just forgot his name now. The pacey Modric, yes. I feel also him on the wing. He's pacey. He's got skill. He's going to be a problem.
That guy.
And I don't know Uzakaria whether he's injured. If Uzakaria is injured, I think Enzo, if you can just like wrap up this deal real quick, because Enzo walks into the squad. I'm sorry. Yeah, he walks in. There's no we're gonna put him on the bench for him to see how the play is. No, he walks in.
Walks in immediately. I mean, he's like João Felix pretty much as far as the levels are concerned. I mean,
I think both those players have brought a certain level of quality that was missing. Chelsea had players. Chelsea had a lot of players, but there were not a lot of quality players.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if you had to go pound for pound and take the Chelsea 24-man squad and compare to the Man City 24-man squad. That Man City man squad, is envious. It makes everyone envious because it's got depth for days.
Pretty much.
See, we don't have that. We've got fringe players that fight to being quality, but just like fall short for some odd reason.
No, I fully agree with you, and that's the difference. I mean, between us and City. City just have a solid squad, and I also see Cancelo as well. He's linked with Bayern Munich.
He's going. He's going.
Wow, that is
something's happening at that club.
Yeah, something happened.
Something's not right there.
Yeah, but it's a good thing, isn't it?
Pep took off, but like, okay, yes, it's a good thing, but why must it happen now when we're shit? Like, there's been 1 point separating us for like 5 years, and they choose to help there.
Arsenal is sitting at the back and saying, yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
Yeah. But I mean, there is something going on there. The change room seems as if it's just in disarray at the moment, and
like
guys,
I don't understand what's going on with Foden. Phil Foden before the World Cup and the Phil Foden that we're seeing now, two very different players.
Exactly. And that's with City in general. The guys that didn't go to the World Cup are the ones that are performing, but the guys that went to the World Cup are the ones.
Yeah, but Kevin, I can understand. Kevin had a shitty World Cup. He had a stink of a World Cup that he would like to forget about it.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I don't know why, but like
Holland is still scoring though, so They'll be all right.
No, that
That's the difference. That's the difference.
But he didn't go to the World Cup, Shabar. That's what you see.
Yeah.
He stayed at home and worked and perfected his craft. I mean, this guy's on 25 goals for crying out
FIFA.
loud.
And we're only
Playing
halfway.
FIFA.
Well, not only halfway. We're halfway into the season.
Yeah, and he's pretty much golden boot is guaranteed there. You know,
It's just a matter. Now it's a matter of who's coming second. Is it Son? Is it Kane?
Yeah, it must probably be Kane because Kane is also not too bad. I mean, he's like isn't he like on 15 goals, which is not bad.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if
Kane's also got a ridiculous amount of goals, but it's just all in
He
perspective.
doesn't have a trophy. But I don't know if you guys watched the Spurs game where Son stood up and
against Preston.
But he stood up. That was a tricky outing for them.
Yeah, see, so that's how bad things are at Spurs. That Preston is a tricky outing for them.
No. Let's be fair. I think in the past, let's be fair.
Yeah.
The FA Cup, the tricky part about the FA Cup is you look down on a certain club because they're playing they're playing league football, and next thing you know, it's 85th minute and it's still a goalless draw. And
I remember losing to Havant and Waterlooville.
Thank you.
Where are they from?
Yes. They're from Havant and Waterlooville.
Yeah, I think the keeper, the Haventon keeper was a chef.
Wow.
No. You're thinking. No, I know who you're thinking about. We actually beat that team. So that keeper was like a second choice keeper at some championship club. And then they took him on loan because one of their keepers got injured or something.
Yeah,
next thing he's playing against Liverpool and knocking us out of the FA Cup.
And I remember that. But the FA Cup is a tricky one, gents. Don't look down on the FA Cup.
I know that's true. I fully agree with you. I also do think it is quite a tricky tournament, but I'm just hoping that all the big teams get knocked out, so that I can get an easier route. Because for me, I still want a trophy, guys. Like, I really, really, really want one. From a mentality standpoint, I just want the players, to have that feeling of winning something. Even though I know a lot of you guys are saying that the Carabao Cup is more trophy.
No,
it's important.
It's not.
It's like Chelsea. Look, Chelsea won the Carabao Cup under Jose first, and that spurred them on. And now we have Oaks like Cechle thinking they're a big club. We got to the League Cup final under Klopp first, and we lost it, but that also built that hunger to make us continue.
So either way, as long as you
also
make it
won
to
the
final.
Carabao Cup early on, and that's also where it started. Nobody really takes this cup seriously, but once you get to the semi-finals, everybody wants to win it. So it is a trophy, and it's useful. If you guys win it, I think you guys go up from here. If you guys get an embarrassing defeat in the semi-finals, then
come on, bro. We already 3-0 up. I mean, I don't think we'll let that. And we're playing at home as well, so our home form.
Yeah, it won't happen. Who are you gonna get in the final though?
Most probably Newcastle, because Newcastle are leading.
But remember, but remember also, this could do wonders for Newcastle's demeanor.
Just like how we were talking about Chelsea winning the Carabao Cup, we could be talking about Newcastle winning the Carabao Cup
guys,
in about 5 years' time. Remember to delete Adam's number on that day.
Yeah, I can imagine how he's gonna lose his shit. I'm sure it will be the first trophy he's ever witnessed for his club.
Nah, you seen them win the championship.
Fucking hell. This guy, you're not holding back today.
I'm prepared. I'm waiting for it to be my turn. I can see the bullets that I'm about to face.
Nah, I watched your side.
And the man is not here to defend himself.
I think we can move on from Chelsea. Chelsea is they're buying a lot of quality young players and they're keeping them on these long-term contracts. That's a weird one.
Contracts, bro. NFL. Todd Bowley is applying the principles from the US, which
I think it can go both ways. It can go very good, in that you're keeping, if the player shines, you're keeping them on a set salary for the duration of the contract. And if another club wants him and he's performing, then they have to cough up. Or it can go south where the club stinks the place, and they stuck on that 200K whatever
like,
contract.
Ross Barkley.
Yeah, even
and
it could.
Who's that other guy? But you guys renew Phil Jones' contract every year.
It's Ollie who did, not me. It's Ollie. We Ten Hag is fixing the errors.
Even Jose renewed his contract.
I know.
They didn't have enough defenders.
Yeah, when Jose
was there, they didn't have enough defenders. They considered Phil Jones a quality EPL player.
And he wasn't that bad that season under. I don't think he's a bad defender. I think he's.
Nah, I think it went south for him. It went south for him when he morphed into that, what's that sea creature that he became? You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Hey, you guys, man. Hey, today it's shots fired. Yeah.
Nah, I think enough about Chelsea. Let's talk about what are you gonna talk about? Man United.
Let's talk about Man United.
Yeah, let's go United first. We'll slaughter Shavat just now, bro. Before you slaughter a cow, you need to ensure that it's calm. That it does not see the dagger coming.
And then just when it thinks it's safe,
while I'm watching the Proteas finally win a game of cricket,
X
is there WhatsApping me about the soccer, and I'm like, I know what's coming. What's coming my way.
I don't relax. We'll brighten your
probably
mood.
Been practicing the whole weekend.
Yeah, we'll brighten the mood just now. Yeah.
Yeah, I think on Man United.
Yeah, Man U. Yeah, Sitla, you go. Talk about
Man United. I think we've spoken about Man United and the dependency, like this key man dependency that they have. Yeah. Where you can pick out players that make Man United tick. And if you were to play a very well-versed and well-drilled side that can say, actually, if you keep Rashford on the one side, because he's from the wing, he likes cutting in, and then it's a goal. If you can get a defender to go right, or two defenders to stick with him, and so that's one threat eliminated. And then Casemiro is a class act, guys. Like, I think
I disagree on your Rashford point.
Okay, why?
Hit me.
Because when I feel like when he's pressed high up, he has the pace to beat you, and he does have a good first touch to beat you. But when he has to dribble past you, that's when
it's a tricky one.
Yeah. So I think just hold. Like, I know his pace is going to scare you, but just let him make the mistake. Don't try to force the issue. And I think that's how you can contain him. Casemiro also, I think he can be pressed.
Yeah,
I think he can be pressed, but it's so difficult because you have to be so good at it, and the last thing you want to do is give Eriksen space. So
that's what I was about to say. That the combination of Casemiro and Eriksen to press to the defending or the opposing team, it looks very easy. But if you get it wrong, you're fucked.
Yeah,
like that's the long and short of it. Because Eriksen can ping into space, like literally, because he's got that long range passing ability, and Casemiro likes playing these intimate 1-2 passes. So but I think now with what's his name Eriksen injured, who does he then partner with? And then everyone says Fred, because he partners with Fred in the Brazilian side. But the Brazilian Fred and this Fred are two different Freds for some reason.
Hey, but he's scoring this season. You see, his role, his current role.
You saw the goal that he scored, that thingy, where he reminded people that he's Argentinian. And so he's Brazilian.
Yeah. The thing is,
he didn't do that well, reminding you.
Yeah, with Fred, I like his current role. Him coming off the bench, it's working perfectly fine.
Problem comes in?
ish, man. It's just him starting, man. I just don't think he has the quality that
He
that
can't run a game.
Eriksen had. Yeah.
Nah.
And as well, he's also not press resistant. When you press Fred, he's got a very heavy first touch. You know, that's one thing about him. And I just feel as if we really need a replacement, like badly. And we just need someone who's in a similar mode to Eriksen. There's a guy from France, you know, because I like scouting French players. Like I don't care about other nations.
Because they're cheap.
Yeah, man, the thrift shop. I call that league the thrift shop because you can get a player for a very cheap price, you know. So there's a guy named his name is Enzo as well. But it's Enzo Lee Fair. Yeah, his surname is Lee Fair. That guy reminds me, he plays like Marco Verratti. You know, he's very short, he's 5'7", very good on the ball, very competent, can dribble. Like I won't say he's on the level of Verratti. However, he's someone who could partner Casemiro very well because he's very quick on the ground. He's very good on the ground and he can dribble through tight spaces and he's very press resistant. And his passing ability is exceptional. He plays for Lorient, and his current value is 12 million. But of course, Man United, you know, these clubs will always inflate.
Pay 60.
Whenever it's United,
okay, so hold on. Can I ask you a question? There's that Brighton boy that Arsenal want.
Yeah.
I think
Caicedo.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I heard that United were in for him as well.
Why not? Because we all know that you're going to overpay in the January window. Like whether you like it or not, you're going to overpay.
Mm-hmm.
And Arsenal have reached a point where they've offered 70 mil. Brighton said no. Just go in for the kill because we are out of it now because we've got Enzo.
Yeah.
Go and offer the boy 80 million. He is quality.
Yeah. That's true. I just wanted to read Chris Williams's comments.
Henry didn't dribble past players. Rashford has potential to emulate. True, very true.
See, when someone says Henry didn't dribble past players, I immediately picture Jamie Carragher hitting the floor. So I don't know how I feel about that.
No,
and the weird thing,
sorry.
But what's his name? I think with Henry, it was his positional play, his first touch, his pace, and the way that he can move out of small spaces.
Yeah. And how he played through balls to himself.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but
he hurt you. Shivar,
no, he hurt me. He did.
Yeah. You know that goal he scored against Liverpool, the one that they like showing where he picked the ball from his half and then he
every year.
Every year.
How many defenders did you take on? Was it 4 or 5?
Well, he took Carragher twice, so it doesn't matter.
But yeah.
So I think we all know that you're gonna overpay in Jan. Just bite the bullet and pay this and pay Brighton and get. You know they want 80 mil. Pay the 80 mil. Because I promise you, that boy is an upgrade from McTominay and Fred combined.
Yeah, no, true. Because for me, I just don't want to see those two play together, McTominay and Fred, and that's what I fear. That's the reason why Casemiro, I pray he stays fit, man. Because, whoa, bro, we just one injury away from being terrible again. Because if that would happen, I trust my manager. Yes, I think Ten Hag has done it.
Yeah, there's only so much Ten Hag can do in midfield.
There's really so much, so much he can do, bro, with the players that he has at his disposal. We're now also relying on a 17-year-old Kobe Manu, who for me is still young. Yes, he has, and at youth level he looks wavy, but it's a different ball game when you can gain promotion. It's different.
Yeah, you're now playing against the likes of Andy Carroll that come in and they just clap
bro.
you.
Or you take your legs, bro. Take everything, bro. Your arm, legs, and so yeah, man. For us, so far so good. As I've mentioned before, CK, like we bounced back perfectly against the Arsenal. I mean, I feel like I was impressed by how we bounced back against what's this team? Nottingham Forest were away from home. We won quite convincingly. Even against Reading, yes, Reading is is a championship team, Reading, or is it?
Yeah. I think
they're in the
this.
championship.
Yeah, but Ince is doing some good work there. I think they're in the championship.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Ince is also applying, nepotism. His son is the number 10 there, so and I recall your team Shamba was in for Tom Ince at one stage. Yeah, and I don't know what
you do this. You do the same for your kid.
Yeah, no, but he's not bad. It's not.
He's not. I mean, he's a very good championship player.
Yeah,
he's one of those players he's maybe too good for the championship, but he's not good enough for the Premier League.
Yeah, that's true. I fully agree.
But also, isn't he like old now? Like this was years ago that we were in.
Yeah, it was years ago.
But yeah, I think Man United, and this is just my view. There's a gap that's open. Hijack the deal. I know a lot of people they make fun of whenever teams hijack certain deals and whatnot, but fuck it, that's how the market is right now.
And
money talks.
We hijacked the deal.
Yeah, they hijacked.
We hijacked the deal,
and we'll come.
Yeah, but right now, you wish you didn't. But anyway, it's fine. Let's leave it.
Yeah, but like you see, as mentioned, it seems my team is broke right now, bro. Like we want.
No, your team. The problem with your owners is that they're wanting to sell. So if they wanting to sell, they can't put out cash. Because it's going to be cash that they're not going to get back.
Yeah. So that's why with us, we just need favorable loan deals. Can you guys think of any player that maybe we can get on loan? Because Gravenberch from Bayern Munich is also another possibility on loan. That would be a perfect. Oh my goodness, if we can get that one. Yeah.
You guys can have Fabinho.
He's a holding mid though. We're looking for a guy who can play in Eriksen's role in particular, one that could partner Casemiro going forward for the next 6 months. And Gravenberch would be perfect because Ten Hag has actually worked with him. And that's one thing I've noticed with my manager. He's signing guys that he's actually worked with. It's only Casemiro who he's actually not worked with before.
But I think Casemiro is a class act. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah, he is. You see, that man, like I to be honest with you, I have my doubts because of how Madrid used him, and it hid the qualities that he's showing right now because he didn't necessarily have to be. He didn't have to play the sort of balls that he's currently playing because he had Luka as well as Toni Kroos to do it for him. So for me, it's just a pleasant surprise with everything. From a defensive standpoint, I've always known that guy knows how to read the game. He's very good at intercepting the ball. Those things, I knew of. But him being this competent on the ball and also his range of passing, I mean, this guy, I'm really pleased with him. And Tulani, of course, has made an interesting suggestion. I like Tielemans.
Tielemans is a shout.
Oh, Tielemans, man, that's also another.
But that's a good one. That's a very good one to like.
He doesn't have the legs.
Yeah,
he's good. He's good on the ball. He's amazing on the ball. I don't know how good he is off the ball. Isco, I think his time. I think it's done.
Yeah,
now.
I think it's done for his. I think Isco kind of got caught up in the hype. There's a player there. Yeah. There's a proper baller there. But I think he got caught up in the hype and he didn't apply himself that much. And I know it's very.
I think he just went to the wrong team.
Yeah,
I just think he went to the wrong team. But he had performances for Madrid that was absolutely world class.
Yeah, world class. Yeah.
I think with Tielemans, if you had to get Tielemans, the one player that will enjoy Tielemans is Rashford.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as well, what I like about Tielemans is that he can shoot from range. I really like players who can just. You remember how post goals at times, even against Barcelona, he won us the tie in the semi-final by scoring.
You want Ox? You can take Ox. He can shoot from range. He can play the Eriksen role. You can take him. You can take him. Just like how Spurs won you the tie against Barcelona, Ox won us the tie against City.
Oh yeah, I recall that screamer. Yeah, that was an incredible goal by Ox. Yeah.
But anyway,
Tielemans, thanks to Lani, like
I think Tielemans or Isco, it'll be a decent one. But can you talk about Arsenal real quick? And I think I'm struggling with Arsenal, and this has me conflicted because it's in two folds. Should they look at the market and say, "Hey, listen, we need backup for these players," or take the gamble and the bet of like, okay, cool, we're no longer in these other weird small cups. They only have challenging for 2 trophies now.
Yeah.
It's the league and it's the Europa League. Do they take that gamble? Because I don't know when Jesus is coming back. I don't know when he's coming back.
How do I hear you, King? I hear you, but
because I feel what's his name, Arteta has shown that he can play with the big boys. Yeah. So why don't they back him? And instead of this haggling with Brighton for a player that is not worth 80 mil, but Brighton is saying, well, we want 80 mil. Yeah. And Partey in the middle of the park gets injured very easily. He's injury prone. We all know that. And who's this very guy? He's decent. There's a player, but he disappears too much or too often in a game.
He's more the backup for Odegaard, though, rather than Partey.
No. I was saying like player wise. I'm talking about Arsenal as a team. That shouldn't they like making waves in the market right now in the transfer market?
I thought they were. I felt like they were signing a couple of people, but I've never. Have they signed anyone?
It fizzled out.
Nothing materialized.
Yeah, it's only Trossard that they've signed.
Trossard, from Brighton. Yeah. But I think he also adds value to Arsenal, because I watched him this weekend. He was on fire. Had it not been for the keeper, we'll be talking a totally different story. Trossard had a very decent game. Mm-hmm. But in other places, their defense is thin, gents. Like their defense is...
And midfield, bro. Like Thomas Partey injury away from also, being... Because they don't have a replacement. Al Nene is a total drop from Partey, man. Like, it's similar to what United...
I mean, they had Holding freaking going against Haaland.
Yeah.
And he kept on holding him down, and I think the commentator made that line that literally, he's living up to his surname. But I'm quite disappointed in the Arsenal board. They're not backing up the manager who's shown that, hey, listen, we can do this. Just give me players.
Yeah, I know that's true. Hey, man, you see with Arsenal, I mean, you are right. Even the Caicedo signing, he'd be a great acquisition, for Arsenal. He would really strengthen that team. And of course, with them having, I'm not sure if they have Champions League aspirations, because I mean, they've never won any European competition. So with having Caicedo in, it would also help them have depth, knowing that should either Xhaka or Partey get injured, at least there'll be someone who can come in and do the job. So
I mean, you're prepping the boy for 6 months where he does play. He's a fringe player, but he does play, because I promise you right now, the games are going to come thick and fast. Traveling across Europe, it really tests how deep your squad is, because you're going to be traveling on Thursday and you're playing on Sunday. You're traveling, you play, they're out of all these weird cups, and you come back Thursday, you have to fly to, fortunately, they're not going to be flying to Russia.
Yeah.
Russia. Yeah. So that's fortunate. That works on Napier. Because like the worst thing with European football is that I remember this one time, Chelsea played the Wednesday in Russia. We took an L. We flew back. Didn't train the following day. Trained for the next coming 2 days. Played Sunday early game. So you can imagine these players are going to be tired. But anyway, enough about Arsenal. But
didn't you solve that problem by buying Jurgen from Zenit?
Yes, we did. Yes. That we did.
Yuri.
That
Yeah,
that we
Yuri
did.
Zhirkov. They said he was
Yes.
a Russian Ronaldinho. That's what the Russians did. They went for
Ended up
me.
playing left back,
Yeah, ended up playing left or wing back. Even
left wing back.
yeah, left wing back. Yeah. I know. Let's jump on to the big
Talk of the town.
talk of the town.
The Liverpool.
Yeah,
It's quite impressive that Chelsea are doing
yeah.
just as badly as us, and Arsenal look like they're going to win the league, but we're still the talk of the town. That's quite impressive.
No,
It just shows
I don't know.
how
I don't
far
know.
we've fallen.
I don't know whether you watched that Japanese kid.
I did watch that Japanese kid. I've watched him 3 times now this season.
Yeah. And that guy is a problem. And you know he was in varsity, guys, last season.
Really?
Yeah, he was in varsity, bruh. I was watching some other YouTuber analyze him. He said that his dissertation was on how to dribble past players. And
Nice.
yeah, makes sense because the man can beat. That guy knows how to
beat
beat
players.
player.
So he beat this one player who was then substituted, and then the camera panned on what's his name when he was sitting on the bench, and he looked tired.
Which player was this? Was this Milner?
Route 66. What's his name?
I mean, he looked tired. He doesn't look injured. It's okay. It's okay. Guys, of all the problems we are having in our squad, Trent is absolutely not one of the problems. So I'm not entertaining that discussion. Yes,
but
he
was Route 66 yesterday. Literally, that boy.
gone.
Come on, X. Come on, X.
It's a Monday. It's a Monday, guys. Come on,
I think
guys.
all the notes that X was taking this weekend about jokes he's going to say to me, he didn't have that one written down.
That one, no, I didn't. I know, Sisha, man. I know that one. Hey. I like that one. Route 66.
But I think Milner had a decent game. Actually, no, it's fine. Let me keep quiet about Liverpool. I'll let Shiva take over. What's going on?
We have a combination of Chelsea's problems with an aging squad that needs replacing, and United's problem of owners that don't want to buy anything because they want to sell the club. So we basically have both of your problems right now. You guys are solving your problems with signing everyone under the sun. I wonder how much I'll go for in this market. And
do you have shin pads?
United.
Do you have shin pads?
No, but we can make. I have my boots from campus. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure my boots still fit. I don't think anything else will still fit, but the boots at least will still fit. And United, you guys actually do have some younger players. But again, you do need to strengthen. But we have the same problem as you, where we have the aging players, and we need to strengthen, and our owners want to sell. So that's where we are. I think it was the first day of the season. I said Henderson looks like his legs are going. His legs are gone. His legs are gone. It was a Fulham game. I saw him chasing this winger, and I'm
Reeds,
like, no.
Was it Reeds or Reds? I think it was Reeds.
I don't know who it was, but he's done that for 5 years. Never batted an eye. He's been excellent at it. But on that day, it just looked like he was off the pace, and he hasn't gotten any better. I don't know what happened with Fabinho. Honestly, I have no idea. It's like this. It's like the Torres dilemma, where last season Fabinho was so good, like probably one of my players of the seasons, and this year it's just like, I mean, and the color of his shirt didn't change, so I can't even call it the Torres dilemma. Milner, I mean, leadership. He's got I'm okay with bringing him on 10 minutes to go, see out the game. He can do that, but he shouldn't be starting. Elliot, I like. Young kid. I think he'll probably be our player of the season. Just because, what else is there? He's been played out of position, but this oak never, ever, ever stops trying. He doesn't care that he's being played out of position. He gives 100%. He does have the quality. Scored on the weekend. So I like him, but he is not ready. Do not get me wrong. He's 19. He's not ready.
There's
Curtis
two young
Jones
kids.
just not good enough. Curtis Jones just simply not good enough. If he didn't come from our academy, he wouldn't be playing for Liverpool. End of story. Carvalho's more of a forward than a midfielder. How many midfielders have I spoken about now? I think I've spoken about 6 midfielders. And so far, none of them. Elliot has impressed me, but he's being played out of position, so I'm not counting him. Carvalho's a forward. He's not a midfielder. He's got the flicks and the tricks and the touch, and he's got the pass, and it looks very good, but he doesn't have the awareness or the positional awareness. He can't hold his line. He doesn't know when to release. He wants to always beat a man. He's a forward. He's not a midfielder. Ox has 2 broken legs that haven't recovered. He broke one, I don't know, in 2018. Then he broke the other. Like, I feel bad for him. Really like the guy, but I'm sorry, dude. It happens.
It's done. Might as well hang up his boots.
Exactly. It's done for him. And then we've got 3 functional midfielders. One of them is 17 or 18. Bajcetic. I don't know where we found that guy. He is Spanish with a Croatian surname. He looks like he's about 25. He looks settled. He just looks comfortable on the ball. He looks like he belongs, but also he's about so thin because he's 17. So, like, give the guy a couple of years. But unfortunately, we don't have a couple of years. We need him now. Keita's been good. Keita has been good.
That was my next.
He has done a job every time he's come on. It's so obvious that he can't play 90 minutes. I don't know. Maybe he's just not match fit. He hasn't been match fit for a long time.
Are you extending his contract?
At this stage, I kind of hope we do, because it doesn't look like we're going to buy any players.
Nah, you're not.
And
I think the kid is going to go back to German. He's going to go back to the Bundesliga. Bundesliga suited him.
Which I'm okay with if we sign some players. Like, just sign a fucking midfielder. It's not that hard. I've now spoken about 9 midfielders, and I've got a problem with every single one of them. The only midfielder that's actually been good and has actually been flipping amazing is Thiago. Like, I see that guy take some touches, and I'm like, you do not deserve to be put on the same pitch as the rest of these idiots. Like, what are we doing to you? He is playing a completely different game to the rest of us.
See, right now, if Man United a player like Thiago, Man United will run rampant.
Yeah, you see, that's a sort of midfielder that I also want at my team. Press resistant, very competent on the ball, vision. Thiago's,
and he's got a bit of the dark side in him too.
Yeah. He's showing the dark side more often lately.
Yeah.
But can I ask you on 2 players? And I watched the game against Brighton.
You're going to talk about forwards, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
But forwards are not our problem. Our forwards are fine. No, the problem is the midfield. We've got one midfielder.
Hear me out. So I watched the Brighton game, but I missed the team announcement, as in who's playing and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I watched 13 minutes in, only when the match commentator mentioned Gakpo. Only 13 minutes in.
Yes.
I was like, that calls for concern. Because, I don't have the biggest TV.
I'll get to our front line, right?
I don't have the biggest TV, so, like, I didn't see him for 13 whole minutes.
Yeah, look, so...
And then
we're playing... Yeah, okay, carry on.
Then there's
I know what you're going to talk about now.
There's a big question mark that no one wants to address. What the fuck is going on with Salah?
I can tell you what's going on with Salah. That's where I was going with this. So, the problem is, because our midfield is lacking, like, we've got one midfielder, and we're playing with 3 midfielders every game. Trent is now coming more on the inside. You'll notice this. He's not overlapping. He's trying to be the inverted guy to try and give Bajcetic now, because it's not Fabinho anymore, that type of support, which leaves a gap out wide, which means Salah now receives the ball on the touchline, and now he's got to beat 3 players to get
in the box.
Where not even into the box, to get to where he would normally be when he receives the ball. And if he does beat those 3 players, which, let's be honest, he hasn't been beating them, he now does not have Trent overlapping to pull someone off him. He's got Harvey Elliott overlapping, who I like the kid, always gives 100%, but do you really want a left-footed player overlapping on the right-hand side? Because now he plays Elliott in, who's overlapped, and now Elliott's got to take a touch and come back in on his left foot. And now everything's slowed down again. Whereas Trent overlaps, Salah plays it, and then whoops it across and tap in for someone, right?
But so I think there were 2 chances that normally Salah would just like bury.
No, he is a bit off it, right? But it's not. Most of our problems are kind of tactical because we're trying to compensate for not having a midfield anymore. Think about it. When we were really good, our midfielders ran about 15 Ks a game, all of them. Thiago's not going to give you 15 Ks a game, but he's going to do things with the ball that, he doesn't have to run 15 Ks a game. Even if he takes 2 steps the whole game, those will be the best 2 steps anybody has ever taken on the whole pitch. So I'm okay with him.
But I feel
nobody else can, like, we're down something like, I think we're like 15th in the league or something like that when it comes to
created chances.
No, not created chances. To, what's the word I'm looking for? To high intensity presses. Whereas we're normally number 1. Yeah. Actually, that was our stat. It was like, it was like City and possession, Liverpool and the high intensity pressures. That's what this whole team was built on. And now we're like 15th in the league. Yeah. Getting outdone by Brighton. And Brighton, absolutely. Brighton did to us what we used to do to City when we were still building.
Yeah.
We went there and we just, everyone's like, nah, this is a foregone conclusion. Liverpool are going to get picked apart. City are the best team in the world. And we just absolutely shocked them. That's exactly what Brighton did to us.
Yeah, and this is a Brighton that, if we had to name the amount of players that have lost this transfer window, like, I was blown away when I had a look at that list. It's a long list.
They've kept the main guy.
Yeah.
And they've kept the obvious signing. Like it's so, I can't believe I'm the only person that's seeing this. How has no one bought McAllister yet?
Yeah.
How? It does not make sense. Like, I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think he's
probably the most press resistant midfielder in the league, right?
Yeah.
He's right up there.
Get flattered. Who is better than him?
Yeah, it's his ball manipulation, bro. It's
okay, fine. De Bruyne and Thiago aside, right? Let's put those guys one side because now it's a little bit unfair to compare against them. But like, how? Like,
but just on okay, I get that Brighton yesterday were a better prepared side than you guys.
No, say it, Sihle. You can say it. I'm not gonna shoot. They were not the better prepared side. They were the better side. Full stop.
Yeah, they were.
See, unlike you, I won't say such. I don't kick a man when he's down.
Bring it on. You never held back before.
No, but like, I feel Keita yesterday didn't have the best of games. I think he could have assisted what's his name, Route 66, and he chose not to. Salah also didn't track back, but that whole flank where it's Salah and I keep on calling him Route 66. I even forgot his name now.
Remember the name.
Yeah,
he's going to score a free kick against you soon.
He did, I remember, and was at the bridge.
Think, but anyway,
yeah.
He's got 2 and
but that whole passage, or that whole side, was just this kid where we know that what is Mitimoni or whatever his name is.
Matoma.
He can manipulate the ball either going outward as in towards the post, or he can come in. And when he does come in, or whichever he chooses it. He does it at pace. There's a point where I feel Trent decided not to mark the boy but just like push him over. And the ref let him get away with that a couple of times.
But he's a problem, CK, bro. I don't blame Trent, man. Have you seen that?
But he wasn't even marking him. He wasn't even marking. He was just pushing him over.
Here's my thing with this guy, right? And why I'm so impressed with him is I thought he was right-footed.
Yeah.
The whole time. I'm like, this guy is cutting in. He's got such a good right foot on him.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh shit, he's actually left-footed.
Bro, even the goal he scored, he put it down with his right, bro.
And then
who turned?
He still trapped it.
Who turned? And I was like, he took that guy's soul, bro. It was like damn.
Allison didn't even move.
I was like,
And Hendo was trying to get everyone ready to come on, boys, but it was too late.
But that honestly, why? I think the players we brought on were Henderson, Milner, Jones, and Nunes, right? Henderson, Milner, and Jones. Like, why are they the players you are bringing on when you're chasing a game? Jones shouldn't even be in our team.
Do you know what? Brighton did very well is that when Milner came on, they changed the Japanese kid's flank. They moved him onto the other side. What then that did is, what's his name? Milner got freaked out that, well, actually, I'm not going that side. I'm going to stay here. And then that gave him even more space that side. Because Robbo was like, yo, what do you want me to do with this kid?
Yo, he's a problem, bro. That guy is take-ons, they insane.
And then Nunes.
It's first season syndrome.
I like Darwin. I like Darwin, and I'm telling you, he's gonna come good. It's so obvious that he's gonna come good. He's got everything except the finish, and he's also scored some absolute blinders this season as well. So he does have the finish. He's actually got everything except for composure. Gakpo's been played out of position. Actually, when he moved to the left yesterday, he did look a little bit better. But he's not a striker. When he signed, the PSV fans were saying, don't play him at striker. I know he's big, I know he's tall, and he looks imposing, but he does not have that striker instinct in him. He's much better on the left, where he can take a couple of touches, assess the situation, maybe beat a man, put in a cross, that type of thing. We've also got, I think our front line is probably the most stacked in the league.
Yeah,
we've also got Diaz, who's injured. We've got Bobby, who's injured, who's actually been on form this season. Jota has been a little bit off it this season, but we know he's a quality player. And Harvey Elliott, who I've spoken about already, I think that's 8 players now.
Do you know why football is so cruel? Football doesn't give a shit about your injured players. Yeah, it doesn't give a shit about your injured. Dude, I know for a fact I've got Reece James injured. He comes back.
That's not such a big loss. Come on.
No,
that's a big loss.
Dude, that's a huge loss.
That's a huge.
Reece James,
please.
Chelsea Reece James, he is a huge loss.
That's like Chelsea's best player. Before they make the signings, for me personally.
Reece James makes a difference at Chelsea.
Yeah, and then guys, this in closing, let's talk about your manager, Shiva. Chris Williams here.
There's really nothing to talk about.
Yeah, him and him crying about the fixture congestion. I mean, last season you guys played all 4 tournaments that you were in.
You played in every single possible game to play in last season.
Yeah,
I think it's a crybaby. I think also when Klopp is caught in a corner, he wants to come out guns blazing, but he does it the wrong way. I like Klopp. I like him as a manager. He's very he speaks his mind and whatnot, but sometimes he farts a lot.
I don't think he's coming out guns blazing though, because when he was on about the 5 substitutes and the fixture congestion, he wasn't on about it just because of Liverpool. Even if we had 5 substitutes that season, we didn't have 5 players to sub on, so it wasn't really going to make much of a difference. So he's trying to look at it from a footballing perspective, that something needs to be done about the fixture congestion. And is that not true? Have we not been talking about this since Sir Alex's days?
Yeah.
Something needs to be done about the fixture congestion, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. Now with this new Champions League that's coming, when's it coming?
Yeah.
Is it next season or the season after?
Season.
Whenever it's coming, that's going to make it even worse.
Yeah.
And now they want to expand the Club World Cup. That's going to make it even worse. So we actually need to kind of say, how many games did we play last season? I think it's close to 70. Maybe not 70, but like 63, 65, somewhere around there. That's too much.
Yeah, they're pretty much trying to be like the NBA, because NBA is 82 games, bruh, in one season. So,
but you can't. It's completely different sport.
I know.
It's like you can't play 82 test matches in a year.
You can if you've got Bavuma smacking tons and
man.
I think what's his name?
I'm very happy for him, but he smacked a ton. Let's just stop at ton. Single one.
Yeah.
We're happy, but let's not get carried away. But anyway, we played every game we could last season.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't really we brought in Nunes, but didn't really address the midfield issue that we had toward the end of last season.
Who's
which I believe
for
actually Klopp wanted Xiaomeni and Bellingham. So he's like, these are the two midfielders that I want.
Yeah, but like so
our board did not deliver.
Yes.
Yeah, so at least you know where the buck stops.
Yeah, it stops with the board. Like if they don't want to spend, how much was Xiaomeni? Like 80 something, whatever. If they don't want to spend that money
right now, Chelsea have just fucked out for Enzo. It looks like
but you see that brings me back to my original. That brings me back to my point, right? They want to sell, so they're not going to spend 120.
If Enzo is 120, imagine how much the English premium is going to be added onto Jude Bellingham.
So he was 80 at the start of the season, and then at the World Cup he was 120, and now that Enzo's gone for 120, he's probably going to be like 140. We're not going to spend. I'm sorry. Before the World Cup, when he was at about 100, I'm like, maybe
you could at 100.
You make an excuse like we'll lose Milner's on big wages, that type of thing. At 140, I don't see these guys doing anything. In fact, if we didn't get Gakpo at such
if they didn't do anything at 80, what makes you think they're going to put up 140?
No, so apparently what happened was we were very interested at 80, but Dortmund were like, no, we are not selling him because we just lost Haaland. And we know this with Dortmund. They sell one player a year. Like they didn't sell Haaland last year because it's not Sancho.
Why don't you do what Chelsea have just done with this player, where they bought him, but they loaned him out for the remainder of the season. So he's only going to be coming to Chelsea come end of the season.
Dortmund are quite clever. They know if we sell Jude to you now for 80, right?
There's
a World Cup coming up.
Yeah.
There's a World Cup coming up where he could be a star performer. There's also another full season under his belt at, how old is he? 19, 20?
Yeah.
He's only going to look better. Why would we sell him now at 80 when we could sell him? We can get a season out of him and sell him for 120. But now I think it's past 120. I don't think. Look, I got into so much of trouble for this because I was called a FSG defender and all of those things, but I don't think that they did a bad job up until last season, right? Because they took us from a club on the brink of administration and turned us into the best team in the world. You can argue whether we were the best team in the world or not, but fact is we were in that argument.
Yeah, you were.
Right?
You
were. We won everything. We've been to every final.
Yeah.
I think we've been to every final twice under Klopp.
Yeah,
maybe not the FA Cup, but
because even the Europa League, you got in his first season, he reached the final.
We got to the Europa League final. Yeah. The gap between us and City over those 4 seasons was 1 point. 1 point against the most expensively established club in the world. So credit where it's due, FSG did well, but they cannot take us any further, and they need to go. And that's that is like our biggest problem right now, is that our owners need to go. They also know that they need to go. They are trying to sell the club. I'm just hoping the club gets sold at the end of the season, by the end of the season, and at the start of the next season, hopefully we get someone who's not an oil billionaire, who can go out and buy a Jude Bellingham and buy an Alexis McAllister.
That oil money lubricates every deal, my
I,
guy.
I don't know. I don't want the oil money. I'm gonna come out and say it. I don't want the oil money.
Why not?
X is on his knees right now. X is on his knees right now watching that oil money.
Yeah, you guys can take the oil money.
Yeah.
I don't want the
we
oil
need to
money.
build a new stadium, bro. We need a new stadium.
Yeah, you see, we're okay with our stadium. Our owners look after our stadium.
Yeah, our debt is like well over 500 billion. And sorry, million rather. Hey, not billion. What am I saying? It's well over 500.
That's not bad.
Nah, that's a lot. 500 bar, bro. It's
when you're at the JSE, X, just ask to speak to old Patrice. Maybe he can sort you out there.
That's a lot, but that's a lot of money, though, guys. Come on, and then with the Arab money, they're gonna take on.
They don't care.
We need our.
But see, we're not okay. We're in debt to our owners.
Yeah.
Right. We're not in debt to banks and any of that crap. We're a pretty well-run club, so we don't need 500 million just to knock on the door. You know what I mean?
For the first time, you sounded like an old Arsenal fan.
Yeah, remember.
I feel like an old Arsenal fan. I honestly feel like an old Arsenal fan, because just like the old Arsenal fans would not hear a single word against Wenger, I will not hear a single word against Klopp.
It's like you just
I don't think the manager's the problem. I think the ownership is the problem.
We are a well-run club.
We are a well-run
club. When it comes to trophies,
it doesn't mean shit. But we've also won everything. So
wow. So you've won everything. Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day and retire the you'll never walk alone. And
that's
say,
why
hey, you're walking alone with this trophy.
And that's why the owners need to go, because we need someone now who wants to win it, who wants to win everything again.
Yeah. Wow.
And I don't think these guys can do it.
Well, with me, oil money, and
no, you can have your oil money.
He is on his knees right now and saying, oil money. I see you, oil money. He even looks at olive oil in the kitchen differently these days. But gents, I have to bounce.
Buy more olive oil.
Yeah. Let's call it, guys. I mean, this is of course a great episode. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help me out there. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.
Shot, guys.
Peace.